Many people don't even believe that there is sex trafficking of our local kids here in the Seattle area, King County. People are floored.
We discovered that there's over 500 kids on the street. I think that that's a low estimate.
Within 48 hours of running away from home, a youth will be approached by an exploiter.
These frightening facts turned friends Paula Clapp and Patty Fleischman into activists. Together, they founded Stolen Youth, an organization dedicated to keeping vulnerable children from prostitution.
It's slavery, sexual slavery.
Average age of entry is approximately about 13. Yeah, that is very young.
Elisa Bernard, a prostitution survivor, is talking about entry into a life which for some can start as young as age 11. It begins when a pimp befriends a homeless girl, offers food and shelter, builds trust, then,
in a heartbeat, he rapes her, he beats her, and he said, now you go out on the street and you're going to earn money for me. Look what all I've done for you. And they're trapped in this life.
That's what happened to Noelle Gomez many years ago. She thought the man who took her in loved her.
These guys are masters at brainwashing. I mean, completely brainwashing you. He sold me a dream. I bought it, paid for it, and it was a nightmare.
For 15 years, Noelle was trapped in the life, as they call it. She walked the dangerous strips of Pacific Highway South and North Aurora. She suffered brutal beatings at the hands of her pimp and customers.
I've been close to death probably three times by the hands of a buyer, where they were definitely trying to kill me. My office is my car, literally.
Noelle managed to escape prostitution a decade ago. Today, she still cruises the mean streets of Seattle, but now she's there to help.
I know a lot of girls, so I'll see girls I know. Now, depending on what's going on, I may stop or I may not.
If the pimp's not around, Noelle can safely offer the girls fresh clothing, toiletries, and provide information about services and support.
For one thing, it at least tells them that there's people out here who do care, and we do care about them, and that we want to help them. And so them having that information is just huge, It's just huge.
For years, there was no outreach for women in prostitution, so Noelle started OPS, the Organization for Prostitution Survivors. Elisa works here, along with co-founder Peter Qualiotin.
I think we really need to change the cultural and social norms that support the practice of sex buying.
Peter's worked 25 years to stop sex exploitation. He runs a special class at OPS for sex buyers.
What is going on with men that they feel either entitled to go on with these behaviors, or we realize that, we have no clue why we're doing these things.
Today, our goal is to identify women who are being prostituted and treat them as the victims that they are and give them the services that they so desperately need.
And that is a major societal shift. Stolen Youth hosted this town hall that focused on how to stop the demand, and instead of jailing the sex providers, go after the sex buyers.
Well, it's time for them to be held accountable.
Prosecutors and law enforcement in Seattle and King County are united in going after the demand side to make it clear, the buyer beware program, that if you come to Seattle to buy sex, you might need to plan on staying here longer than you initially intended.
Those being prostituted are finally being seen for what they truly are, victims. And the abuse most likely started at a very young age.
The exploitation of children is horrific, and I think an important thing to remember is that most of the adult women that are in the commercial sex industry were sexually exploited as children.
All of these girls out here are somebody's daughter, somebody's sister, somebody's mother sometimes. They're not throwaway people. These are victims who are being re-victimized over and over and over again by society and by these buyers and these pimps.
And if you want to learn more, please reach out to us.
Stolen Youth will continue working at the epicenter of recovery, funding programs, building awareness, and most importantly, helping rebuild shattered lives in ways once thought impossible.
These kids matter. They aren't who they seem to be. They are worthy of our attention. They are worthy of having a good life. They didn't choose this life. So I would want people to be open to what their journey has been and to partner with us in getting them into the light.